everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this one I'm going to be showing you something that I think is for the little kids but also for the big kids that walk among us as well, of which I am one. So we've got this really cute little Christmassy themed cross twist headband and it's really simple. It's a 1 row repeat. You've only got a couple of ends to weave in even though you've got all of these colour changes. And I've finished this in probably, I don't know, maybe 3 hours I think it took me to do this from absolute start to finish. And it's a really quick one to whip up. I think it would be great at craft fairs and things as well, especially with us being in the Christmassy season. So yeah, it's really simple, really effective, but a great one to whip up for any skill level. So we're just going to jump straight in with the yarn information and all of the info. So these are the shades that I'm going to be using. I'm just using Stylecraft Special DK and this is the shade called Apple, and then I've just got a white and then a red, so you can use absolutely any brand that you like. So these are the 3 shades that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using a 4.5mm hook, but you can obviously use absolutely any size hook. You can use chunky yarn for this, it really doesn't matter. So I'll be starting with my green. You're chaining the height of what you want it to be between the eyebrows and the top of the head. And you're going to do this in multiples of 2. So you'll just chain 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on until your thing is the height that you want it to be. So yarn over, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you want to add an additional 1 chain onto the end. And we're then going to start working back along our chain, and you're going to start in the second chain from the hook. So we've got 1 and then this is our second, and you're going to do a UK double. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull up, and then yarn over, pull through both. So that's a UK double. However, obviously in US terms that would be your single crochet. Into the next stitch we're going to do a UK treble. So yarn over, insert into that next chain, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your UK treble or US double. And we're going to alternate now between UK doubles and UK trebles. So in the next chain you'll do a double again, so yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, and then in the next you'll do a treble, and you'll just alternate that all the way along to the end of your foundation chain. So I'm pretty much at the end now. I'm going to be finishing on a UK treble. So if you're not finishing on a UK treble, then you just need to double check your work. At this point we're going to turn our work and then straight into this very first stitch here where our working end is coming up from. We're going to insert our hook and we're going to go through the whole of the stitch, making sure to catch the V, and you'll yarn over and pull up and yarn over, pull through both, and that is our first UK double of this row. So pop a stitch marker into here if you want to, and then into the next stitch, which will be a double crochet from the last round, you're going to do your treble. So you will be working the opposite of whatever you've got below. So you could see on the top of our next stitch this was a treble, and onto there you will be putting a UK double. And again you will alternate between UK double and UK treble all the way along your row, and always working through the whole of the stitch. So I've worked a UK double, and then you can see I've got that final stitch to work where I will be doing my final treble of this row, like so. And so that is what you're going to repeat. You're going to repeat that row over and over again. Sorry if you can hear my dog's little tippy tappy claws on the floor. She's just decided that this would be a good time to go for a wander. So you'll repeat that row over and over again until you're halfway. So you'll have your circumference that you want to work for whatever size head you're making it for. But obviously with the measurements that are in the description box, that is the whole circumference. You want to do that a little bit smaller, because if you make this the exact circumference of somebody's head, it will probably just slide right down over their eyes. So you do want to make it a little bit smaller so that it needs to stretch just a little bit so that it will stay where it's supposed to stay. And so you're going to have that full measurement of the circumference, and you'll take a little bit off for the stretch, but then you will work halfway. So you'll work half of that measurement in your green, and that is where I will meet you once you've completed your green half, and I will show you how we're going to be changing colour and switching from our reds to our whites and then finishing off. Okay, so I've completed half of what I need to do in this green, and now I'm ready to change colour. So because I've completely finished with this green, I'm going to chain one, snip off and pull that tail through, and then obviously weave in that end. Now I'm going to start with my white, and you can join in any way that you like. It's completely up to you. I'm just going to start with a standing stitch. So I've got my slip knot on my hook with my white, and we're going to be starting as always just with a UK double, and we're going to work straight into that first stitch. So you'll insert your hook, yarn over and pull up, and because we've got that slip knot, you've already got your 2 loops, so just yarn over and pull through both, and then again you'll switch straight to your UK treble and back to your double. So I'm just going to be doing 1 row of each colour, so I'll be doing 1 row of white, 1 row of red, and that just makes it a little bit easier because it means I can hide my yarn and carry it along my work, so it means I won't have to snip off at the end of each row. But you can do more rows if you want between switching, it's totally up to you. But once you've got to the end with your white, you're going to stop on that last treble when you've got 2 loops on your hook, and you're going to grab your red and pull it through those last 2 loops and just do a quick chain 1 just to secure that for a second, and just pull those 2 tails down just to make that nice and secure. At this point you want to turn your work. Now it'll just take you a second just to organise your yarns here. So the tail of the red, just pull that right out to the side. The white, you want to make sure it's not caught up in your red at all, and just pull that white up so that it sits along the top of your work. And then we're ready to go with the red, and you'll work exactly like you normally would. So like I say, pull that tail up of that white, and you'll still work straight into that very first stitch, but just make sure that your white here is sitting along the top. Yarn over and pull up and do your UK double as normal, and then again you'll do your treble into the next stitch, but make sure you're working over that white as well, and double in the next, and treble. And again, you'll be able to work that all the way along. Always make sure though that you're working over your other yarn. And obviously every now and again, just give that white just a gentle pull, just to make sure that it's not getting too loose or caught up with any of your other stitches. And I'll meet you at the other end in just a second. Okay, so I'm getting to the end of this row now, so I've got my final stitch to work, so work that as normal. Okay. And then once you've got to that last 2 loops, you're going to drop your red, and you're going to pick up your white and pull it through those last 2 loops. Do a chain 1 and then just pull that red down just to tighten that up a little bit, and turn. And now, just as before, just take a second to organise your yarn so that you don't end up in a great big tangled mess by the end of it. So pull that red up again. So again, pull your red, make sure it's sitting along the top, and then straight into that first stitch you will continue as normal with your double. And again, pull on the red just to make sure it's nice and tight, and then you're ready to alternate again between your stitches, always making sure to work over that loose tail as you go. And like I say, just give it a little pull every so often, but especially as you get to the end of your row, just to make sure that it's all nice and neat. But again, now you'll be able to repeat as many rows as you need. So however many rows you did with your green, that is how many rows you're going to need to do with your red and white. Now obviously counting your red and white rows will be much simpler than it was keeping track of your green, but just make sure you do the same amount, and I will meet you to finish this off in just a second. So once you've completed your rows of red and white, you're going to finish off that final treble as normal, and then you're just going to do a chain one and you're going to snip off. However, leave yourself a nice long tail, because we're going to use that tail to sew our ends together. So you'll pull that tail out, and then you can snip off your red, or whichever colour you've still got attached, you can snip that off. It doesn't need to be a long tail because you'll just be weaving that in as normal. However, I am just going to tie these ends together just lightly, just so that I've got a nice secure finish for that red yarn. So I've got all of my completed rows now, and at this point you're just going to want to weave in any tails that you've still got lying around. Okay, so that's all my ends bar my nice long one, and I'm just going to pop this long tail onto my needle. And then obviously you can just join however you like. However, I'm going to do it so that it is a twist headband, but you can of course just join it together flat as it is. So I'm just going to pop my needle to one side for a second, and you're going to bring your two ends together, and you're going to create little, you just fold them up on themselves like this, and you're just going to create these little V's, and you're going to slot them in between each other. Like so. So you've got there like a little folded up sandwich. You want to make sure that they're nice and equal and nice and even. And then you're just going to take your tail and you're going to start weaving this backwards and forwards, and making sure to get all 4 layers every time. And you can do this however you want. You can go backwards and forwards, or you can go over the top and back across in a whip stitch. It's up to you, or you can go backwards, forwards. I'm just going to be doing a whip stitch. So I'm going to bring it back down again and go through all 4 layers once more and pull nice and tight, bring it back over through the next stitch, and again through all 4 layers and pull tight. And you're just going to work it all the way along, but just making sure that you get all 4 every time. You don't want to miss one, and you'll just work it all the way along. So once you've worked it all the way along, it's up to you if you want to go back along the other way again. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to do an extra one just in this end, and then I'll just weave this tail in. And just make sure it's nice and secure before you fasten off, before you snip that end off. And you'll be able to snip off, and that is how you should be looking on this side, but then you're going to turn it inside out. And you will end up with your cross twist in the middle like this, which will join your 2 halves together perfectly to create this really, really cool little Christmassy themed headband. So that is it for the tutorial. I really do hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please do remember to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. But I will see you for another tutorial really, really soon. But thanks as always for watching, and bye for now.